notice if your feet are turned out, point your toes forward, okay? Avoiding flaring out at the hips. And just let your breath settle in. Start to notice where everything is. Are you even on your feet? Shoulders over hips. Ears over shoulders. Hips over ankles. And turn your palms forward as we start to allow the breath to deepen. Inhaling a big 360 all the way around and exhaling. So like you're filling up a big beach ball. Inhale, 360. And exhale. And one more nice deep inhale. And exhale. All right, so let's take that breath even deeper, add some arms. Palms out to the side, exhale. Feet stay well connected to the earth. Start to inhale the arms up, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale the arms up, palms touch, and hands come heart center. Exhale. Inhale the arms up, palms touch, and hands come heart center. And just one more time, nice deep breath. The whole body is nice and long, so fill everything. And exhale. The hands down by your side. Okay, so we are going to start, just wiggle around, shake out the legs, get everything loose. Okay, whatever happened this morning, this day so far, just let it go. Release, release. Inhale and exhale. All right, so now come back with your feet hip-width distance apart and firmly planted. And we're going to do some side-to-side movement. So take your arms back up. Take your right wrist in your left hand and keeping your feet planted, tilt to the left. Start to feel that stretch in the right side without drawing the shoulder to the ear. And come back up center. And now we go left wrist in the right hand. Open that side body. And come back up, switching again, and take the body over to the left. And back over to the right. And over to the left. And over to the right. And this time we're going back to the left and staying here. Release the arms parallel to the earth and press those left fingertips away. Okay, now begin to bring that right shoulder back so your heart shines up toward the sky. And come back center and switch sides. Left wrist in your right hand. Release the arms. Press away with the right. We're pressing away because we're taking some of the crunch out of the right side. And then take your left shoulder back, shine the heart up. Come back to center. Inhale, and with soft knees and hips, exhale. Whoosh, sweep the arms back and up. So we're letting the knees and hips bend, wake up the legs, and also release, right? The energy of the new moon invites us to release. So let's release. One more, and then come back to standing, arms overhead. And we're going to start some twisting side to side. So the toes are forward. Inhale, and as you exhale, turn gently to the right, bring both hands down. Inhale up, turn gently to the left, bring both hands down. Inhale up, so your left hand's coming to your right thigh, your right hand's coming a little behind you, and as you go to the other side, same thing happens. So a little gentle twisting to wake things up. We're moving at a pretty big, solid pace here, right? Just to make sure everything's nice and loose. And the next time you go left, you'll be even, woo, and come back to center. See how those shoulders feel? We used them a lot just now. Inhale and exhale. We're going to do a 4-part breath. So the feet are hip-width distance apart. Hands come to the heart. And then with your palms touching, inhale the fingertips way up to the sky. Clasp your hands behind you. Roll your shoulder blades toward each other. Remember, we never throw the head back. We lift the heart and the head follows. And now with the soft bend in the knees and hips, exhale, fold forward. And maybe those hands come up off the spine here. Release your hands down and float up. Palms touch. Hands come heart center. Okay, did that all make sense? We're going to do that again. Inhale with the palms touching, fingers up. Exhale, clasp. And when you clasp in your least or your less typical way. Okay, so switch the clasp of your fingers by 1, shine your heart up, bend at the knees and hips, exhale forward, and see if those arms come off the spine. They could stay right here if they want to. That's between you and your shoulders. Release your hands, float the arms out and up as the palms touch, and hands come heart center. We'll go through that one more time. Inhale the arms up, exhale, clasp. Stop here for a second and see if you clasped in your more typical way or if you clasped in the other way. It doesn't matter which, we're just noticing. And shine your heart up. Exhale, fold. Release the hands and float out and up, palms touch. Whew, and hands come heart center. And release, shake things out. Okay. So let's come to the back of the mat. Feet are hip-width distance apart. Find mountain pose. Feel the shoulders. Feel the breath moving. Float the arms up. Inhale. With a straight spine, folding from the hip creases. Take it down. Hands to the thighs, hips back. Heart shines forward here. Now, instead of just folding and planting the hands, we're going to drop the hips, drop the hips, drop the hips, and then plant the hands. Walk forward into plank. Come into down dog. And then bring your right knee down and side plank open to the left. Yeah, side plank that we know. Okay. Bring that left hand down, down dog. Bring the left knee down and side plank open to the right. Yes, bring the right hand down. Okay, and we're back in down dog here. Now just for fun, if you want, take your right leg up and walk your hands back to your feet with your right leg high. Just see how that feels. Now bring your right foot back down and float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. Okay. We're going to do that again. Option to go knee up plank. So you guys are both, you're very practiced yogis, so we don't have to go through a million different beginner options here. We're going right for it. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, swan dive over those hip creases. Hands to the thighs, hips back, shine your heart forward. Drop the hips, drop the hips, drop the hips, hands to the mat, and come forward into plank. Down dog. All right, so if you want to go knee up side plank, just come roll over to the side. If you want to do knee down, and once you get into knee down, if you want to do knee up, go there. Okay, your choice. Down dog here. I'm going to go the same side. You roll either to the left or put your left knee down, whichever you choose. Right arm up. Yes, and hands down, back to down dog. And once again, if you want to, bring your left leg up and walk your hands back, hands back, hands back. Bring the left foot down and float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. Good, and release. Ooh, shake out those wrists. Okay, so we're gonna go back, down, into plank. Float the arms up, inhale. Exhale for your swan dive. We're gonna take another half lift here. Set those hips down. Hands to the mat. Find your plank. Yep, plank, plank, plank. Inhale and exhale. Now take it to down dog. And this time, pedal your feet. So you're placing one heel, then the other, closer to the mat. Good. One heel down and hold. And the other heel down and hold. Both heels down and hold. Nice little stretch here. And then very mindfully bring both knees to the mat. See if you can get them to touch at the same time. And come into your table. So remember, in table, if the wrists are right under the shoulders and that doesn't feel good to you, take your wrists a little farther forward. So take some of that angle out. If your knees want extra padding, you can fold up the front edge or the side edge of your mat. Are we ready in table here? Inhale and exhale. Let's go into our cat and cow series from here. So we're going to start with arch the back, shine the heart forward, let the head follow, and then round the spine. Start at the bottom of the spine, round up, gaze towards your lap. And then a couple more cats and cows, the very traditional version here. And the next time you're in your cat and you're gazing towards your lap, just hold here. Breathe into that space in between your shoulder blades and return to neutral spine here. Okay, so let's sit up on the knees for a second and shake those wrists out. We're going to go into opposite arm, opposite leg balance, but watch for 1 second, because once you get here, right, you're going to challenge your core by lifting your toes in the back. All right, so let's come to hands and knees. You guys okay in hands and knees here? All right, we're going right leg, hip height. Now those hips have not swung open. They're still facing straight to the mat. Left arm by the left ear. Very steady position here. Now try and draw those left toes up and see how much fun that is. Yes, it is. All right. Hold as much as you can, and then bring it down. Same thing on the other side. Left leg, right arm. When you get to your super stable position there, raise your back toes. Yes. See how it feels on this side. All right. And come back down. Okay. So we're going to do that one more time on each side. Right leg, left arm. You could take them both up at the same time. Just float into this. You know this one here. And then when you're feeling steady, raise those back toes again. See how that goes. And bring the hand and knee down. Move to the other side one more time. Yep, and when you feel ready, take those back toes up. Always good, a little bit of challenge, right? And then come back to your tabletop here. We're going to walk the hands forward, and remembering how we get the triceps involved here by rotating the upper part of the shoulders forward, rotating the elbow creases forward, so there's shining forward, push up, and hips toward the heels. You're coming into knee down plank, push up, and hips toward the heels. Yes. Nice, and then come into child's pose. All right, so the new moon energy invites us to plant seeds. So think about something that you want to plant, something that you want to nurture in your life. It could be something already happening, it could be something new. Just set an intention in this new moon energy here. Make sure your forehead is supported. And start to work your way into a nice downward facing dog where you feel 2 hands and 2 feet equally in contact with the mat. The weight is nice and distributed here. And go ahead and walk your feet to your hands or take any journey that you want. Could be hopping or big steps. When you get here, bring your hands to your thighs, set your hips back, bring your hands up to shoulder level here. So we're basically in chair with the arms at shoulder level. And then we're going to fold forward from the hip creases, bring the hands down, and come back to that chair, arms to shoulder level. And fold forward, hands down, back into chair, arms shoulder. One more time, take it down, and come into chair, arms at shoulder level, okay? Feel your long spine, and without arching the back forward, just draw your arms up by your ears for chair, sit a little deeper, sit a little deeper, sit a little deeper, and stand tall. Woo! And release, shake it out. All right, inhale and exhale. Okay, you guys ready for some sun salutations? Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and keep it simple because you know the basic sun salutation. And I'm just going to give you a couple of minutes to do some on your own. We'll go through one half of a round together. All right, so let's come feet hip width distance apart. Inhale, float the arms up. Swan dive, hip creases. Hands land where they land. They could be high on the legs. They could be touching the mat. Land somewhere where your legs are straight. You're feeling those hamstrings. Now bring your hands to your thighs, sink the hips, half lift, sink the hips, 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 hands down, step back with your right leg into a lunge, and then step your left leg back to go either knee up or knee down plank. Now if you're in knee up plank, roll onto the very tops of your toes. Make sure your elbow creases are facing forward, whether your knees are up or down, and chaturanga, chaturanga, chaturanga. All the way to the mat, point the toes behind, and lift into, this is a little cobra we're doing here. When you're on your own, you do any back bend of choice. Bring it down, and let's do a power lift into downward facing dog. If you don't want to do this, you can go table to dog. Gaze toward the mat, hands are under the shoulders, tuck the toes, press up halfway, press up the rest of the way, down dog. And then journey your feet to your hands. Do you want to hop? Do you want to walk? Take a couple of big steps, take a half lift, forward fold, and then float the arms out and up, palms touch. Hands come heart center, and continue your sun salutations your way. Give you 2 minutes. You might do 1 in 2 minutes. You might do 3 in 2 minutes. Okay? Whatever round you're on, just finish up in your own time here. And we'll meet back in mountain pose. Once you get to mountain pose, just observe your breath moving through the body. See if anything wants to wiggle or move around, shake it out. It's all okay. And shake it out. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're gonna work our way. Open and grab the straps. So once you grab your strap, your legs are wide and your toes are out, and your arms are just gonna go up in a Y here. So pretty wide. Inhale and exhale. And we're just going to keep a good hold on the strap just to keep the arms the same distance where they are, and do some oblique work from here. So arms are up, knees bend. Let's straighten the legs. Knees bend. Now we're just going to take it over to the right. And up and over to the left. And up, straighten everything up. Now to the right as your knees bend. Take it up, legs straighten. To the left as the knees bend. Guys, feeling this? Take it up. To the right. And up, to the left, and up, take it to the right, and up, and to the left, using those obliques here, and up. Now we're going to take it to the right and hold, and we're going to try this. Stay with the knees bent, come up, and back to the right. Up and back to the right. Up and back to the right. Up, back to the right. Now straighten the legs as you come up this time. Bend the knees. And to the left, stay here. Up, keep the knees bent, and back to the left. Up and back to the left. Up and back to the left. Up, last time to the left. Straighten the legs as you come up. Ooh, take that strap forward. Put it off to the side and shake things out. Inhale and exhale. So strap is still within reach because we're going to do some hamstring stretching when we go back down. How are you guys doing? We're good? All right. So I think with this crowd, a nice pyramid would feel really good here. So let's turn the right toes to the right, left toes in at an angle. And we'll start our pyramid in triangle. Now we just did a lot of stretching side body, so let's go into triangle. Oh yes, inhale and exhale. And now go ahead and bend your right knee and take your hands to the mat. And your fingertips are going to stay on the mat as you bend and straighten your right leg. So straighten means whatever straight it's willing to do with your hands on the mat, in and out. And then go ahead and whatever straight is right now, just hold. So remember, pyramid, we're bringing the head toward the knee, so get that energy going also, fingertips on the mat. Now go ahead and bend your right knee and float yourself up into Warrior Two. That was kind of fun. All right, so let's bring the hands to the hips and switch the feet. Left toes are forward, right toes are in at an angle. Legs are extended long, and triangle on the left. Yes, beautiful stacking of the shoulders. Front of the shoulders is open. Bend your left knee and bring your hands to the mat. And then go ahead and bend and straighten that left leg. Even if your hands already reach the mat with your legs straight, and it might for some of you, you're going to bend and straighten. And then whatever straight is for you today, with your fingertips touching, stay in this pyramid, thinking head to knee. Bend your left knee and float up into Warrior Two. That's different. We usually go straight back to triangle, right? Hands to the hips, all 10 toes forward. Index fingers in the hip creases. Legs are wide, and we're going to fold halfway and see if you feel those hamstrings. If you're not feeling the hamstrings, check to see where your hips are. Are your hips behind your heels? See where your hips are. And then come straight up. Okay. So now we're going to get that adductor, inner thighs here. Okay? So hands to hips. Long spine. Oh, let's turn the feet out for this one. Long spine, hands to the hip creases here. Fold forward, bend the knees, bring the hands down, and start moving side to side. So your fingertips may touch the mat, your hands may be flat on the mat, and if neither of those is happening, bring your hands to your thighs. Our interest here is more in the adductor stretch, the inner thigh. And then the next time you're over to the right, stay here, okay? And let that left side release. Maybe even lift those left toes if that feels good to you. And then come over to the left side, hang out, and see if it feels good to you to raise the right toes. And come on back to center, hands to the hips, come halfway up, and come the rest of the way up. Ooh, heel toe, and shake it out. All right, let's take a few breaths here in mountain pose, get resettled, see how the body is doing, and we're going to challenge our core with a moving balance. All right, so we're going to move into sun and moon. All right, so let's go ahead, and if you want to, you just start with the heel, right heel, and then start to raise the right knee. See how everything's starting to feel today. Okay, you guys know sun and moon, you in this case have your left arm up, right fingertips down, yes. And then release. Other side, you can start with the left heel or go right into sun and moon. Left heel, left knee, right arm, left arm. Sun and moon. And release. All right, now we're going to float right into it. Right knee, left arm, float it up. Arms out to the side. Inhale, and as you exhale, turn towards your right knee. Come back to center and return to sun and moon. And release. That was the moving part of it. Float the left knee up. You feel your core working here? Left knee up, arms out. Inhale, as you exhale, turn towards your left knee. Come back center, right arm up, left fingertips down, sun and moon, and release, shake it out. All right, so now we're gonna just expand on that just a little bit. Right knee, left arm, sun and moon. Arms out, turn toward the right, come through center, turn toward the left, come through center, and back to sun and moon, and release. Okay, other side, left knee, right arm, sun and moon, arms out, turn toward your bent knee, and center, turn away from the bent knee, and center, and back to sun and moon, and release. Woo, shake it out. All right, so bring your feet hip-width distance apart, come into mountain pose, and just feel that feeling of balance. Inhale and exhale. And decide if you had one side that was more finicky, or felt a little less stable, go ahead and work that side a little bit more. If both sides felt great or equally finicky, work one side and then the other. I'll give you a minute, okay? All right, so sun and moon, play with it. If you're doing two sides, go ahead and do your other side now, or just stay on your more finicky side. Up to you. And finish up what you're doing. Find your way back to mountain pose. And come to the top of your mat. Have your strap handy. Have it nearby. We're going to come mountain pose. Well, before we come into mountain pose, just go ahead and check in with your body. See if anything needs to move, adjust, shake out. And then we're going to find our way to down dog, either with or without the vinyasa. Float the arms up, inhale, exhale, swan dive over those hip creases. There are those hamstrings, half lift, shine your heart forward, hands down. Step back to down dog, or do a vinyasa, plank chaturanga, back bend, down dog. Just do what your energy is guiding you to do now. Good. And once you have found your way, don't rush if you're doing your vinyasa. Once you've found your way to down dog, bring your big toes together and take your knees to one side, hips to the other. You can come into table anytime you want. And if you're not already in table, just draw your knees down, sit off to the side, and take your legs forward for seated mountain pose, long spine. Inhale and exhale. All right, shake it out. We're going to do a couple of fun cleansing forward folds. So go ahead and bend your knees, roll down, and we're going to rock up and down the spine, get some momentum going, and then woo, just float into a nice little forward fold. This is cleansing, detoxifying. Go ahead and roll back and do it again. So you roll however many times till you feel like you're ready to come into your fold. You stay in your fold as long as you want, and then when you're ready, you rock again. And then the next time you come down, just stay here. Hug your knees in. Maybe start to rock side to side to release the spine. And then grab your strap, 2 feet to the mat, knees are bent here. Put your right foot, the ball of your right foot in the strap. Your left knee could be facing straight up from a bent knee, or now your right foot is flexed, or your left leg can extend any amount, up to you. We're feeling that hamstring. Now breathe into the hamstring and gently see if those right toes want to go any farther back. Resist the urge to pull. Just guide. Inhale and exhale. Hamstring release here. And then put your left foot in the strap. Take your right foot down. Flex the left foot. And that right knee is either going to bend or the leg will straighten. That left foot is flexed. The strap is around the ball of the foot. And just guide those left toes back. No tugging, just guiding. All right, now bring your right foot back into the strap. So you have 2 feet in the strap, hip width distance apart. And this is like an assisted Viparita Karani. So go ahead and let your arms come down by your side, bending at the elbows, still holding on to the strap. And just kind of hang out here. Okay, the strap is helping us do the work of keeping the legs up. A little Viparita Karani here. Now see if you can keep your legs right where they are. Let go of the strap. Bring your hands down. Whoa, what happened when you dropped the strap? Perhaps your core kicked in again. Came back to life, and let's point and flex, keeping those legs right where they are. Point and flex at the ankles, and then circle one direction and the other. Bend your knees, bring the feet down. Did you feel your core when you dropped the strap? Raise one foot and wiggle your toes at me if that happened. Yeah. All right. So we can take the strap out of the way now. Bring the hands down by your side. Let the knees gently open and close, little butterfly wings. Little final releasing here. We did the ankles. We're going to bring the knees back up. with the hands 6 or so inches away from the hips. Open and close the fingers, wiggle them around. Rotate the wrists one direction and the other. Bring the hands down with the entire focus now on the neck. Just draw your head side to side. Just check in. How's the neck feeling? And then bring your head back to center. Scan the body as usual. Realign. Do anything that the body is asking you to do. Find your final relaxation position for today when you are ready. Okay, so knees bent, legs straight, whatever is most comfortable for your spine. Palms up would be the traditional position for the hands, but if your shoulders are preferring palms down, then give them that. Settling in for final relaxation. Inhale through the nose and slowly exhale through the mouth. One more time. Inhale. And as you slowly exhale through the mouth, let your body just melt onto the earth. Let the earth do all the work of support and be in your final relaxation. Begin to bring your awareness back to your space. Invite a deeper breath. Gently bring movement back to your body with your fingers and toes. And on your inhale, stretch your arms long overhead, stretch the legs long. Exhale, draw your knees in, give yourself a hug. Find your way over to a side. And back up to a nice easy seat. As you turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit, thank and honor yourself for your practice, and we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.